What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another post game here on Met Central as the New York Mets win 6-4 over the Chicago White Sox, taking the series as they should against a piss poor White Sox team. Thanks to an explosive first inning. Outside of that, not much else really happened, to be honest with you, which is definitely something that's a little bit annoying. But either way, yeah, the Mets get the job done. And I do want to apologize for two things off the rip. Number one, I apologize for going live a little bit late. The Knicks game was on, and we're not going to talk about that. We are not going to talk about that at all. Either way, the other thing I want to apologize for is in yesterday's post game show, I realized I messed up the graphic. I accidentally left the Dodgers and the text in the graphic, so please ignore that. Either way, not that anyone probably cares now. Yeah, the Mets get the job done and win a crucial second game here against the White Sox. Let's talk about it. Before we do, leave a like on your way into the post-game show, or if you're watching on replay, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, especially if you're Met fans, and turn on your post notifications so you know when we upload or go live here on Met Central. Thank goodness tomorrow got moved to an afternoon game. I'm kind of in favor of that. I'm not going to lie to you. So there will be a podcast between the series at some point. Either way, let's talk about this game, which did not look good early because Tyler McGill, I can tell you right now, struggled early on. And once again, I mean, I'm left feeling the same way that I have about Tyler McGill, where once this team gets healthy, he's out of the rotation. And it wasn't a horrible start, but it was just the classic thing where you just couldn't get enough volume from him because of the fact that he just continues to put guys on the base paths. And then on top of that as well, the first inning was just horrible. Horrible first inning. I mean, he walks Talkman and then allows that home run to Miguel Vargas. Gets out of the jam there. Bottom of the first inning, there was a strikeout from Lindor. So Nimmo hits a single, and then Juan Soto comes up to bat, and it gets hit to Taylor out in center field, which the ball was clearly dropped. And Brandon Nimmo decides, oh, it's caught. I'm going to run back to first base. And you could blame this on whoever you want. I blame this on Nimmo because to me, you have to be aware of the fact that and pay attention to what the ump is calling. But I understand the argument that the second base ump did not clearly signal what the call was, which did not help either. But yeah, unfortunately, that ends up what would have been a hit for Juan Soto. It ends up not being a hit, of course, in the season that Juan Soto's having, just what he needed, right? And yeah, 2 outs. The Mets rally, though. Pete Alonso with a big home run to make it a 2-2 game, even though the cameraman made me think it was going to be a pop out. Brett Beatty with a single. And then Jared Young, I didn't want him in the lineup. Hits a home run. Credit to him for a 2 game, even though, you should be hitting off of this pitcher. I mean, I'm sorry, but Jonathan Cannon's not anything great. Mark Vientos with a single. Jeff McNeil with a single. Alvarez gets hit by a pitch. Unfortunately, the Mets would fail to add any more runs as Lindor grounds out to end the inning. And then as we go through, I'll say this with McGill, though, at least he was getting through and he settled down a little bit. It just the start and the end of the outing really hurt the way that I feel about it. He allowed a couple of hits here and there. Like he allowed a double to Rojas. There was that single at one point. So again, it's just once we get to the end of the outing, which we'll talk about, as not much else really happened until we got to the third inning where Brett Beatty had a single, Young with a double, Vientos pops out, and then McNeil with a sac fly to make it 5-2. The Mets would not add any other runs on top of that. And like I said, McGill just getting through until we get to the sixth inning. He didn't allow a run here, but he allows a single to Talkman, strikes out Vargas and Benintendi. Cuero walks, Palacios walks. So that's where I have the issues where, again, walks, especially considering he was attacking hitters early, and it's the White Sox. Attack these guys, challenge them, make them try to hit your stuff, especially because of the fact that he had 14 whiffs in this outing on 47 swings, 6 of them on the slider. Why not go ahead and attack the hitters? So I'm really more annoyed with the fact that he wasn't attacking the hitters than anything. It was an okay outing. It's the White Sox. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, great stuff from Tyler McGill. And I know people are going to say, but with Clay Holmes, you said it was a good start. Clay Holmes at least showed me has shown me all season long he's consistently giving you what he gave. Tyler McGill, it's been rough for him a little bit lately, and you're not getting the volume from him as of lately. So I really wanted to see, okay, you're playing the White Sox, give me volume and mow down these White Sox, especially with the lead you had too. But Budo comes in, gets a fly, which I was surprised to see Budo working back-to-back days. In the bottom of the 6th, Alvarez had a walk, Lindor had a double, but the Mets would fail to bring them in as that was with 2 outs, and Nimmo ends up lining out. I'm trying to understand why Jose Budo got another inning because Jose Budo has not been good to begin with on regular rest. Why is he pitching back-to-back days? And more importantly, why are you giving him another inning? To me, I would have pulled him after he got the second out and the pitch count was getting high because you let him throw over 20 pitches going back-to-back days. And then you had the pass ball from Alvarez, which brought in a run. He allows that double to Vargas. At least Castillo comes in and does what he's been doing. I mean, he hits Benintendi, which wasn't great, but then strikes out Cuero to end the inning. Good enough stuff there. And he ends up getting He ends up getting 2 batters in the 8th inning. And then Reed Garrett comes in, strikes out Robert, strikes out Taylor. Just beautiful. I love watching Reed Garrett pitch. You guys know it. He's changed my life for the better. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Mets with 2 outs get another rally. McNeil with a single, Alvarez with a single, Lindor with a single, which made it 6-4. They wouldn't score any more runs. Reed Garrett, outside of a walk, shuts the door down. Fairly simple. Very happy that he's been rebounding and to get as many outs as you did from him. Interesting to see that they're starting to increase the amount of outs that they're getting from him. I mean, he didn't throw too many pitches. He threw 23. So, but it's just a little bit surprising that they went that route there. But yeah, also get me a save in fantasy. Thank you. Outside of that, though, yeah, I mean, once again, solid stuff for the pitching. You had 5 walks from them, 4 of them from McGill, 4 earned runs total. Would you like a little bit less considering it's the White Sox? Yes. But it's hard to get mad when the offense, again, I hate to gripe. I hate to sit here and complain about when they put up 6 runs and 12 hits. But it's the fact that we talk about it all the time where there's one inning they show up and then it's just like the rest of the game not as effective and still with runners at score position 1 for 6. Solid day. It's a better offensive day. I will say it was a better offensive day before the orange and blue pom pom crowds kill me here, but I just still want a little bit more. And I'm sorry, maybe I'm being greedy with that, but that's just me, at least. But yeah, getting a multi-hit day from Lindor was nice to see because he's been struggling a little bit as of lately. Young, I cannot believe he gave a multi-hit day. Brett Beatty given a multi-hit day. He needs to stay in the top 6 of the order at least because he's producing. And I was saying maybe you put him in the 2 hole. Now you don't. I'm fine with Nimmo being in the 2 hole for now. Let him hit 5th. I'm fine with that. Vientos ends up getting a hit as well. McNeil with a multi-hit day. So there's room for improvement, but they're doing what they're supposed to do, which is beating the White Sox. So yeah. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat though now. Leave a like if you haven't. Subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, let's see. Why must we play down the competition? Also, DFA Budo. Yeah, I mean, everyone's saying Budo's got to go. I don't disagree. He looks horrible. And again, I just don't understand why he worked back-to-back days. Just really do not understand why he pitched back-to-back days. Budo's out of options, unfortunately, so he's going to have to get DFA'd if they get rid of him. Like McGill attacking the zone early, but he was giving way too much hard contact, settled down after, but of course couldn't get through a full 6. It was a typical McGill start, yeah. typical post April McGill start, we should say, because those are two completely different pitchers. One of them looks like they're on track to win the Cy Young. The other one looks like this. I thought he was okay. Like, I don't think great. I think he was okay. Again, I didn't like the hard contact, like Matt said as well. But for me, it was mostly the fact that why are you not attacking hitters more? Attack the hitters more. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Yeah, I mean, I agree with this that Mendoza didn't help at all with Jose Budo's struggles today. No reason to be using him back to back days, especially asking for 20 plus pitches from him. No. Reed Garrett is great and he should be in the All-Star game. He should be in the All-Star game. He won't probably because it's just a popularity contest, but tired of the offense letting opposing pitchers off the hook. So annoying. Great first inning, and then they let him cruise through five. Dude should have been out by the third. Yes, exactly the point where, again, it's nice what they did in the first inning. It's nice to beat the White Sox, but every time they let these guys get volume off of them, despite having one inning where they explode offensively. It's just I can't understand it. Yeah, saying exactly what I thought here. Mendoza said most of the relievers were out today. I mean, that makes sense. I didn't expect to see Diaz today. Static, I feel like they're staying away from. I thought maybe he would be available today. I feel like he hasn't worked too much lately. Brazaban makes sense to not be available. Um, who else am I forgetting? I mean, Waddell hasn't pitched since he's been called back up, which makes sense why we saw him warming up. But I mean, you could have gone to even Brandon Waddell in that spot. You could have. But once the league got cut down a bit, I get why they wanted to go to Castillo. Man, it sucks not having Mentor right now. It really sucks not having Mentor. Kranick also is the other guy I forgot. That makes sense that he wasn't available. But sucks not having Mentor around right now. Yeah, the blue and orange teamers. I'm not a big fan of the Soto's unlucky thing, but how does he not get a hit on the Nemo play? I mean, listen, I don't like being that way either, but when the underlying numbers are as good as they are for Juan Soto, it's hard to not argue that he genuinely is unlucky. Like there was a tweet earlier, I forgot who put it out, that his expected numbers are what the Mets paid for because he has an expected batting average of 297. He has an expected slugging of 576, and then he has where was the expected on base percentage? Why can't I find that? I mean, either way, it was really high the expected on base percentage, and it's like 1,000 OPS adding his slugging and on base there. It's so annoying, so annoying. Like again, I'm not a fan of being that way, but it's true. Like they are getting the numbers are not replicating how good the underlying numbers are, which I will say the only problem is a lot of his hard hit balls are also in the ground, which that's the other issue there. Yeah, Nimmo running the bases like a rookie on that. It's just boneheaded. That's what it is. Just stuff that can't happen. Yeah, Nunez. I don't know how he's been since he's been sent back down. I mean, I guess not great considering he's not up with the club again. Let's take a look though. I mean, let's see. Actually, ooh, yeah, I don't like to see the last 7 games numbers, but is that inflated by something? No, he's actually been. Oh, these are his. Oh, that's his major league numbers. I need the here we go. The game logs. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I mean, he's had all scoreless outings since he's been back down there. It's just the biggest thing is the walks, which he's only allowed 1 walk since being sent back down. So maybe we'll see him back in like late June or July. Budo hasn't worked since the first game of the Dodgers series, so I don't have a problem with them working back-to-back days. And again, it's the White Sox, be better. But Budo has never not been a guy that works well on back-to-back days. And again, he doesn't work well on regular rest. So that's my issue here is more than anything, why are you working the guy back-to-back days when he's not good enough on regular rest? To me, that's the problem here. The guy's not good on regular rest. What makes Mendoza think that he's going to work well on back-to-back days? Yeah, this would be nice. Only the Mets would make a series with the White Sox so competitive. Yeah, I know. I'm scared with the Rockies too. They gotta complete the sweep though tomorrow. That's the bottom line. They have to sweep the series tomorrow. But I'm gonna wrap things up here. Thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live. And I'll see you guys in the next one.